It's fine.
Oh, good. You got the body pillow in there. There we go. There we go. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Yeah, Adolph, where's yours?
Sitting on my shelf over here, not hanging on my wall, probably. Like
It's between his legs right now, clearly.
No.
Yeah, but hold on.
See, this is what happens. I buy you nice things and you just leave them in shelves.
I did not ask for a body pillow cover, so.
Meanwhile, I still use them.
Yeah. At least it's used. I would have never used it. So.
She purposefully backwashes into it to taste it later.
Don't most of us actually do that with our drinks, anyways?
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just gonna backwash this beer, pour it into a glass later, and go for it.
Yeah.
No, but we cracked it at C2E2 this year. I had to fix it.
Oh, bummer.
At least we were able to make it to one con.
Sorry, that was a very condescending bummer.
Oh no!
I just had my Japan trip canceled on me.
I know, you had stuff.
I've had a ton of trips canceled on me this year due to all this. Not to be mean, but I've not been on a vacation in almost 2 years at this point, and it is freaking killing me.
Well, you are being really mean about it, so.
I have a lot of remorse. That's. What do I say? It's kind of there right now. So.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Rhinovision podcast. Yeah, that's what we're doing today, Jay. Thank you for joining us. Today I have myself. There's Matt Traddles up here. I got Kassy Fatatich down here in the corner. I got Jay Kramer, and introducing Adolph Henrik. Ladies and gentlemen, Adolph.
Can you say my last name right?
No. You want to know the funny thing about that? I was thinking of that intro all day, and I was gonna call you and be like, "How do you say your last name?" But I knew I was gonna fuck it up. I knew it. Hernick.
You don't have my actual name
You
in
have a
your phone book.
complicated-ass last name yourself, you motherfucker!
Yeah.
You have at least the respect to ask another complicated last name person.
Yes, but
Then call me
Not that complicated.
yeah, but then I wouldn't have gotten this reaction.
It's true.
Okay.
Why'd you have to say our last names? Now people can stalk us and shit.
Because
Yeah, like, that was
That was
weird.
excessive. I mean, I'm perfectly fine. Stalk away. I have no life and very few friends, so stalk.
Don't stalk at Fridays and Saturdays after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a blackout point.
There's limitations where I will
Don't
hit
do
you with a
it.
brick.
Don't do it.
Sorry.
One of them.
Yeah, I had to like rearrange some of my notes and stuff the other day because I just have a mess.
Oh God, your note. You think your note section?
Campaign? What?
I'm trying to like reorganize my notes. I got 5 sheets of just like bullet points, and I meant to reorganize them, but I just haven't sat down and done it.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh yeah, here it is. Like you say your notes are a mess. I just say you have too many notes.
No, she
That
has
is-
exactly the right amount.
It's not notes, man. At this point, it's literally the novelization of your fucking campaign.
No,
I'm fine with that.
And
it's at a perfect circle.
the perfect circle.
So I have my inventory,
Doodles.
the party characters, group inventory, which I don't know why I still have that because Nate's got the fucking bag of holding. Character sheet,
Oh shit, we're going through everything.
abilities,
I mean, you got her started.
got my spells.
Just bump my table.
Showed off your pimp ass Raven
Cleric
star for a
stuff.
second there too.
Oh yeah, that's on this page.
Yep.
This is the D&D section. That's how we start.
We'll get it out of
There's
the
my
way first.
spells.
We'll get it out of the way first. That could be the whole podcast. That's why we'll do it.
Not into the note stuff yet.
That's why we'll do a D&D podcast at some point.
There's places. There's the gods.
Yeah.
That's new. Map, calendar.
Oh, show him the other map.
I haven't gotten
Black
that
and
far
white.
yet.
I'm trying to get to the end of the story.
Yeah.
I got
jump ahead.
this
Yeah.
thing.
It's what she does when I try to tell a story.
I got this thing from an NPC that Matt killed in session 0. There's the other map.
Adolph, she could literally tell you everything that's happened.
Oh, I'm aware.
And like you could hop in and just be like, I know exactly where this is. I just binged watching a couple episodes on Netflix. I'm good.
Honey, Yeah, no, Adolph knows all of the stuff that I keep track of because we used to talk about it all the time.
I won't lie, I can't stop looking at the body pillows. I can't. Like, they're just...
I mean, you can only see
'Cause you
Ryan
gay.
just hiding.
No, we can see both of them.
Yeah, we can clearly see both of them, and my eyes are fixated.
Of all of
Well,
our
I mean, it's
situations.
that or it's my wall
I
of
would
mess.
prefer that.
Oh, look, and you're not there
I
anymore.
need to move my minis behind me and my anime wall scrolls that are sitting behind my monitors
I
back
just finished
here.
making all of our Maxi minis.
Hey, I've got my classic Sega CD greatest RPG duo of all time.
I noticed that.
Which are not even mine. A buddy gave them to me, and I'm like, I'm putting them in like, frames, and they're never coming out of the frames.
And they've been there for 30 years.
I mean, since I moved
I
in.
just have a mess.
And you've lived there for how long now, Matt? 12
7
years?
years.
7 years. I was way off. Jesus.
12 years.
I don't fucking know.
I've been knowing you for 12 years.
Yeah, well, it's getting there. All I have behind me is well, apparently a green screen because that's how I look, but I got the 3D printer now.
Yeah.
The good-
It looks like an umbrella lab during lockdown back there.
Yeah, just like a
I'm not.
You're right. Yeah.
We'll just put that away. I mean, the actual green screen's sitting over there.
Seriously, how did you get your background to look so fake?
Dude, I mean, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting. It's funny.
The stupid lights.
It's
The lighting of you is so different from the lighting around you.
it took
Well, right, because the side with the like foam on the walls, that looks real. It's just the other side of his head
yeah.
photoshopped in.
I got one of the like the ring lights over here, and then I took the spotlight and I put one of the hue lights in it to tone it down a little bit so that the lighting would look a little
running
better.
like real red lights up in this.
Yes, those are all hue lights back there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the contrast in light
Yeah.
that's actually making him pop a lot.
I kind of like the way it looks.
Weird.
Yeah, I like the way it looks now because like it reminds me of like when I'm watching a Jacksepticeye video and he just has like his background like this, but then he pulls down his screen and it's the same background. It's like, what the fuck? Why do you have the green screen up? What's the point? It's the same thing.
Why?
I don't get it.
Well, why not?
You know,
One detail, and no one's noticed it yet. It's pissing him off. I guarantee you. By the way, Kassy, I gotta show you a TikTok video once we can actually get together again, because I came across another.
I figured out how to send them.
Oh, good. Then you'll have to explain it to me over Discord, because I might send it to you. Because this person has the same beef with the Raven Queen as California does, accurately 100%, and I love it.
Fucking Christ. I didn't know what kind of a mess I was getting into when I picked a deity for my fucking cleric.
It wouldn't have mattered.
I know.
the Raven Queen will now be played.
You're paid no matter what.
Should
Yeah, Adolph, you
It's the
should
path.
really hear about that shit.
Making a
change
cleric
of
question
subject.
their faith?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Matt.
One
Change of
death
subject.
ride,
Somebody
another.
brought up YouTube videos, and that got me. I had a topic that I wanted to bring up eventually. Like,
Sure.
I kept meaning to bring this up. What is the most unexpected YouTube channels you're subscribed to? Like,
Oh.
obviously, Ryan, I imagine you're a lot of gameplays, Kassy cosplayers.
On
So-
YouTube?
Oh,
The only
that's a good
weird-
question.
You mean like weird? Or
Like unexpected. Like, I would never consider you to watch this type of video like that.
Oh, that's a good question.
For
Oh.
example, I'll do mine real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
I wonder if I'm still subscribed to him.
Bernadette Banner. I'm subscribed to her channel.
I love
She
her.
She is a historical fashion expert. I don't
Yay!
consider
Oh.
history or fashion,
Fucking what?
but
There's
something about her
Bernadette,
videos are interesting.
You think she's
There's
sexy?
2 other girls that do that too.
That's a Matt reason.
In a very modest.
I don't like her shit, but I'd do her.
The best way I've heard her
I mean-
described is she speaks in essay.
What?
So what?
After this,
It's-
watch a video
no.
and then
Nope,
You
that makes sense.
You'll have to send me a link because now I'm very interested in what that means. Put it in the Discord. I'll put it in the description for this too if anybody else wants to. Oh, who am I kidding? Nobody watches
there
this.
There are 2 channels that I subscribe to that are kind of weird. The first one is Ophelia Soapery. I literally watch this chick make soap.
oh,
It's so interesting. I
Is it
don't
like
know
one of those-
why.
how it's made videos.
No, she just like pours soap. And you pour it in
Is
a
this
mix,
one of
and
those
then you
oddly
cook it.
satisfying vibes? Like it's just really
Kind of,
pleasurable to
yes.
watch. And
Like
you get-
ASMR soap making?
is.
Does she break into liposuction plants and steal the
I don't
human
even
fat?
listen to it.
Spike
And the
Club.
other one is, I'm going to say this wrong, Hoftruin?
I haven't heard of it.
Bless you.
Hoffstriune. I don't think I've watched a single video of his, but I'm subscribed to him because he's my LG rep at work.
Oh,
God.
that's okay.
Oh, now I remember that. I've been.
Oh, if you get a sub for sub, and I was like, I guess so.
See,
Alright.
I don't have anything weird. Like, I'm going through everything I'm sub to, and like,
No
Okay.
block picking lawyers. Or...
no, dude. Like, okay, so like the two, like most of it is it's all gaming stuff, or like or like you could say like spin-offs of like the channels from like Rooster Teeth and stuff, like Slow Mo Guys and shit. But it's all gaming stuff. The only 3 that aren't gaming things or 4 that I got the 3D printed tabletop, and that I subscribe to that for the 3D printer. I have Beyond the Guitar, and it's a guy who I've followed on Facebook for a while. He does acoustic versions of like video game songs and like Lord of the Rings music, like all that.
Is that like the dude that does the violin stuff?
Yes, it's very similar. He was the next one. Rob Lands. He does some really goofy like violin music. Like it's pretty interesting stuff. And then Chef Mike, I subscribe to.
Of course, you subscribe to stuff.
Chef Mike is.
Books.
Yeah, well, Chef Mike was the original head chef at McDonald's. Like he basically was the one who created like everything at McDonald's in the past, 10 years or so.
Made the Big Mac.
Like he's like a legit.
I don't know.
He's a legit chef and all that. But he got
I believe you.
he got really popular because he was actually a fan of Achievement Hunter, and they would like talk about him all the time on there. And he eventually got. Like he left McDonald's and then he got on a Wendy's commercial, and then his fame just continued to rise. And then he literally just like a month ago started a YouTube channel of him cooking. And I subscribed to him because I chat with him on Twitter all the time. We tried to meet up with him at C2E2 because he was there. I actually thought about tweeting him out today, be like, you want to be on a podcast? Because the best part is that he's involved in like every fandom me and Kassy are in there. He's on Critical Role. He follows Kinda Funny, Rooster Teeth, like anything I can think of.
With all the basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. God, now you're calling me basic for the shit that I like. Fuck you, man.
So,
Am I
reverse
wrong?
question.
No, you're not.
Reverse question, what's the most on brand?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Adolph has an answer.
Yeah, Adolph has the answer.
So I probably have a couple, but that really depends on. Some of you know me a lot better here than.
Now we said YouTube, not Pornhub.
Yeah, this is YouTube. No porno. So like one that I would actually watch, but I listen to because I'm weirdly into ASMR would be ASMR Barber. It's a guy who just travels around the world and does like different like head massages and back massages in places like India and Japan and stuff like that. And again, don't watch the video itself. I just find the sound really relaxing.
Like
Probably has to do with I'm a huge fan of getting massages and doing stuff like that. And so I'm into that. I am subscribed to U.S. auto industry because I like history, and I'm but cars are not my thing, and so it's weird for me, but I like learning about old cars. I like being able to see some of that stuff where things kind of came from.
Yeah.
And outside of that, because I'm really big into tech and gaming mainly, I do like Joe Rogan, and then like if any of you do Daco. I love Linus. That's like on brand. Like if Cass is gonna ask on brand,
Yeah,
Linus
on
is my
brand.
tech channel. I love fucking Linus Tech Tips and Bitwit. Those are probably my 2 go-tos.
Hey, Adolph, I have a question for you real quick. Is there a channel called Rhinovision that you're subscribed to?
Yes, it is.
Yes! Yes!
That's probably the most out of the box.
You should probably like unsubscribe.
I think we can all agree that's the smallest channel we follow.
Oh no, I could go through some people I try to support who's pretty small.
I mean, the weirdest ones that I have are still kind of, they still kind of make sense. I follow a lot of these weird, like, we remix music for other music kind of channels versus music, Epic Heaven music, stuff like that. I guess the weirdest ones I have is Jaden Animations, which is still very popular. She just, she tells stories and then does her own animation to them. They're really cute. Oats Studios is probably one of the stranger ones because I don't have a lot of like actual movie making stuff. If anybody who doesn't know what Oats Studios is, check it out. Neil Blomkamp, the director of
Oh, yeah.
Nine, Elysium, and Chappie, literally made his own special effects studio called Oats Studios, and he makes a whole bunch of like shorts that he puts on there, and these are like professional movie grade shorts for just a desire for him to utilize the skills of this group, and they are all phenomenal, and a lot of them actually have big name stars in it. Sigourney Weaver's in one of them. Dakota Fanning, despite she's not really big at all
anymore. Yeah, I remember you telling me about this a while back now.
Off the market.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this a while back.
The lowest key one I have is probably that Wicked Sisters channel.
Oh right.
They disbanded.
Did they?
Yeah, they're on one of them. I can't remember what her name is, but they're doing more TikToks now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they pop up on my For You page all the time because they did that like new TikTok dance where it's like the characters would dance like this, and she did like 12 parts of the My Hero Academia characters, how they would dance to it, and I wouldn't say they went viral, but a couple thousand views.
And then aside from that, Kamui cosplay, and that's about the weirdest thing.
Oh, Kamui is so awesome though.
I really feel like I need to find some other stuff I like now. I feel like
I often like look through my
YouTube's can be a
subscriptions.
black hole. You can often just click off things.
Yeah,
that
I'm often concerned with just subscribing to something until I see just the extent of how much I like their stuff.
Well, that
I let myself fall into like I've been watching their like content for 2 hours. If I don't find myself doing that, like I've been watching BuzzFeed multiplayer for like weeks now, BuzzFeed Unsolved, all that kind of stuff, and I still haven't subscribed to them.
Yeah, I mean that
I fucking love them, and I've been watching their BuzzFeed Unsolved series.
Well, hit that sub button, baby.
Smash that like button.
Smash that. Fucking hit it. Boom.
You gotta say
Let's,
that. Really
like-
picks up on that shit.
Oh my god, settle down.
See, I did the reverse thing, and like as soon as Rory's channel went up, I was like, subscribe. And I didn't watch any of his videos for like 3 weeks.
Well, still, you were following him on TikTok, so that's a difference.
I was following him on TikTok
I
because
ended up doing that with Jack Black when he put it up his YouTube. Be like, oh, Jack Black, I'll subscribe to that. But usually
TikTok
I'm very
is pretty
selective.
funny too.
Yeah, usually I'm very selective with who I subscribe to.
Yeah, I only subscribed to
Just going over
PewDiePie
the
just because I wanted him to beat T-Series. That was the only reason I did it. Which it didn't happen, but it was a hard-fought battle for a while there.
Do you ever go through your subscription list and unsub from people that you haven't watched in a while?
I have, yeah. It's been a while.
I didn't know what the fuck this channel was, so I unsubscribed. I had no idea what it was.
She's like, who's this ugly motherfucker in front? Oh, that looks like my husband.
Gold digger, and I was like, what the fuck? I've never watched any of your videos. Why am I subbed to you?
I've hit it accidentally once in a while too, and I've gone into a channel and gone back like a couple months later, like, what? Who the fuck is?
Oh, I have so many videos behind on Ophelia's. Oh.
Adolph, are you into TikTok? Do you watch TikTok?
Nope.
Nice.
Nope.
He hasn't gone down the rabbit hole yet.
There is a like I would say there is a larger percentage of just inane bullshit content than there is worthwhile content. But all it takes is a few of those fun situations to be like, all right, that's fun. All right, your cosplay is actually really well put together. All right, that's a really cool thing I've never seen before. It's enough for, and the algorithm is smart enough to the point where it's like I don't see like some of the garbage very often. Every time it pops up, I'm like, oh shit, this is why people hate this app.
It was just one day, just
yeah.
constant like.
Yeah, the algorithm will like
Stupid,
mess up, and it's like, for one, why are you showing me guys?
Yep.
I clearly only ever like the content of females, so.
I will say my TikTok has been pretty good since the quarantine started because like people are just at home making good shit right now.
Yeah.
Like there was one day where I looked up
people's original cosplays, original D&D characters, D&D stories.
Oh, I love the stories. Love the
D&D
stories.
ideas.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of really good ones.
I found a couple recipes for lambus bread.
Yep, I've seen a few of those.
Which is really funny because she showed it to me. We're sitting outside and she's showing me the video of how to make lambus bread, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, cool. cuts me off halfway through to show me another video, and I'm like, wait a minute, go the fuck back. I want to see how to make the goddamn lambus bread. She wouldn't go back.
Remember? You can't even remember what day it is.
I just wanted to see the whole video. Like, if I'm gonna watch a video, I watch the whole thing. And she cuts away from it. 2 days later, she shows it to me again, like I hadn't seen it. And then she gets to like the last ingredient, and she cuts it off again. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I want to see the end of the video. And I can't find it.
Ryan, calm down. You're gonna rip the green screen behind you. Jesus.
Just a bathroom, better acoustics. Moved my whole computer into the bathroom. Actually,
I don't know if I have enough
Run the computer from outside and just use the setup in the bathroom.
God.
Doable.
Now that I move this thing around so much, I should just fucking do that every week on the podcast. Or maybe I'll actually set up the green screen next week and I'll Photoshop me outside. In the next week, I'll be in the middle of the street.
No, you gotta Photoshop yourself on like the wing of a plane, and then just put like 3 fans in front of you. So you're just like, ah, like everything's cool.
Come in! Can you guys hear me? I wish I would have trimmed my beard for that because it would have just been. So I was thinking about it earlier, Matt, and we've never really had an opportunity to do this, but like with bringing Adolph in to like all this, we've never done like we've never had an opportunity to like do like a hazing thing for anybody. So I'm trying to think of like an initiation for Adolph here. Well, I mean,
friends with you. That's an issue.
Oh. Whew.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. Son of a bitch, that was good. Fuck.
I'm using his computer at the moment.
I was gonna say.
He is already in.
Yeah. Yeah, Adolph. That's how Matt's doing this right now. He's got your little computer right now.
Wait, who does? Who
Matt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the computer, so here I am sitting next to this like little black box from a fucking private plane.
I mean, I have another old one sitting in my closet now. I just rebuilt mine, so.
Well, we did it because like we were trying to figure out with the stay-at-home order like how we're still gonna play D&D, and
this works beautifully.
so I
Absolutely works beautifully.
I made 2 trips to go help Lane set up and to get Matt all set up at the house. I brought him my TV and everything.
How is it working, Matt? That's my
Oh,
one
perfect.
question.
It's working perfect.
Better than Ryan's computer.
Yes, Adolph. Dude. Okay, so Adolph, I was watching it earlier. Like when I was resetting up, I turned it on. I was watching the fucking thing, and it kept doing this. The screen would go.
What are you running for a video card? And how old is your monitor?
Oh, the monitor's brand new.
Question.
The monitor's brand new. But the video.
What display connection are you running through? Are you running through DisplayPort, HDMI, or DVI?
HDMI.
Okay, and you've swapped the HDMI cable with one of the umpteen million other ones?
Several times because for some reason they keep bending, and I'm wondering if that might have been the case.
Rhinovision tech support.
Why do you think I brought him in? I need him.
We can take that offline.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Casual.
Yeah.
Casual.
Be casual. Oh, man.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here eating Reese's eggs.
Oh.
You're just putting whole eggs in your mouth like a fucking porn star on something that's gonna be on the internet. It's too late.
I got Pop Murphy's cookie dough.
Oh,
I got
jealous.
Mark's root beer, bitch.
Charlie!
Drinking a chocolate peanut butter porter because I didn't want to waste the rest of my. What?
You're
What?
a fucking whack job.
What? It's okay.
IPA, so.
I didn't want to crack my whiskey. That's for D&D. Oh, who am I kidding? I'll buy another bottle tomorrow. I'll crack that shit in a minute.
As he's still confused for his existential crisis.
What?
It took Kassy a second there.
Oh, brother.
So I did watch this Assassin's Creed trailer that
All right.
linked today.
All right.
That is an incredibly, I think the word I'll use is hypey video.
Well, so here,
God of War, Assassin's Creed.
so here's,
Oh, all are.
Here's-
Assassin's Creed trailers are always hypey shit.
Well, and this is
They're like
this.
music videos worth
Yeah.
of hype.
And this is why I actually wanted to bring it up. I didn't necessarily want to talk about the game overall. I wanted to ask the question about when it comes to like gaming in 2020, do you guys actually think that cinematic trailers should be a thing anymore?
I don't think I do, because for one, I say why not?
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing that says you aren't allowed to. I mean, hell, there's an entire YouTube channel for Overwatch's awesome cinematic trailers that Blizzard puts together. Because
Fair point.
Blizzard puts together
They're
the
fucking
best.
ballers.
They're so good!
I love listening to Matt
I
Spike.
was telling you the other day, Ryan, that Diablo 3 still has the best cinematic
You-
cutscenes in the history of the world.
correct.
I've seen personally.
This is why I wanted to ask this question. That's why I wanted to ask this question because it
But
just
when it comes
yeah.
to actually hyping the game, I think you need something. I mean, I still think cinematic trailers are fine. You don't necessarily need something that shows the gameplay. It's supposed to get you excited for it.
Right.
Like when the game's like
Yeah.
3-4 weeks from coming out, then it's gonna be like, oh, here's a gameplay trailer.
Yeah, so as a teaser, I think cinematic's fine, but as like an actual like get to know the game, you need some actual gameplay in there.
Yeah, right out the gate, make it cinematic.
which they did say after.
It comes down to Assassin's Creed. Really, what changed in the gameplay in any of the games?
So this is kind of where my
A lot.
point's going to be a little bit, is I think that for trailers, they're a double-edged sword. I think a lot of it's going to come down to the history of the company and how much cinematic trailers have been used to sell their games for them when the gameplay doesn't maybe necessarily always follow through.
Yeah.
Right, so
Right.
like Matt, you bring out a great example of just Blizzard in general
Yes.
has always crushed cinematics, in particular in their last couple, probably the last 5 years, 10 years, has been just unbelievably good for them. But they've also backed it up with solid games. They've only had a few big hiccups here and there. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a diehard Blizzard fan. I'm not trying to be biased. There's some things I have against them right now, but if I use it as a comparing point,
That's a whole other topic.
Ubisoft themselves has had a lot more ups and downs as of recent. Assassin's
absolutely
Creed
right.
series in particular has had a lot of ups and downs in the last couple of years. So I think it's a very good trailer because it hypes the excitement behind it.
It was beautiful.
What Ubisoft's play comes into now is, like James just said, is when we get a follow through on what everything is, can they match, even get close to their in-game graphics and fluidity that trailer wants to give us?
Right. Right.
And
That's
it's like WoW. If I look at Blizzard, I go, wow. WoW's great cinematics. WoW does not play like it's cinematics at all, but you have that understanding, right? Like Assassin's Creed is meant to play like a movie, more or less.
Oh, of course,
It's meant
yeah.
to play like that. So.
All right, here, hold on a second.
I do wrong names. Did I? Am I that?
no one was gonna say anything. We put it in chat for a reason. You called yourself out.
I'll call myself out anytime. I have no.
Oh,
problem
my
with
chat's
that.
not updating.
Yeah,
I have no idea what anybody's
mine
saying.
did on a different channel.
I think I might start calling Jay James now too.
Oh boy.
Starts with J.
So many goddamn names for you.
Damn it.
Well,
I mean, it's still a family name.
Yeah, I've been talking with my mom about it, and the other day I brought up like middle school. I think like the first couple of grades of middle school. No, like kindergarten, first, second grade. I went as Jay, and then she thought it was so weird that ever since then, from like third grade to eighth grade, I went as Jerome. I told her the only reason I did that is because I finally figured out how to spell my name.
Nice.
And then when I met Chris, he refused to call you anything else but Jerry. And he told me that you told him to call him Jerry.
I did.
Oh yeah, you went by Jerry in high school,
Yes.
which is weird.
Which is a
In freshman year.
sociopathic mentality of like, no, I want you to call me a different name from everybody else.
In freshman year of high
Don't call me
school,
anything else.
I introduced myself to some friends. I'm like, my name is Jerome, and one of the people.
But you can call me Jerry.
One of the people's like, that's too hard to remember. I'm gonna call you Jerry. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go by Jerry for now. So,
That's too hard to remember.
I just like the mentality of just being like, you know what, just call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
pretty
I
much
don't.
it. So I'm
Your
sure what
name's
happened.
Adolph. I'm just gonna call you Phil.
I call him Mein Führer.
Is like, you know, on your name badge or whatever, because we work together, it says Jerome. Is that really what you go by? I'm like, nah. I usually go by Jerry.
Well, there you go.
But family still knows me as Jay, which means since Kassy introduced me to all of you, you guys all know me as Jay.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of us don't. I mean, Kassy does not go by Cassandra. Ryan does not go by
no.
Rihanna. So, I mean, clearly not everybody is using their full names.
Adolphus.
Yeah.
No, Adolph is my full name. No,
You should change that to Adolphus.
No. No.
If you watch this tomorrow when I put the names on everybody, at this moment it's gonna go Adolphus.
No.
It's gonna be a slow fade. Welcome to the crew, lad.
Jay's gonna be
There you
surrounded
go.
by like the 40 names that he has. Then
We'll see how hungover I am.
you can like pick, and then once you click on whichever name you like, a different picture of him shows up.
Oh my god, that'd be a great idea for
It's an adventure when it comes to Jay.
that'd be a fun thing for for doing like a stream of a video game. Like Jay's gonna stream today, but like you pop up onto the channel, it's like, oh look, a bunch of other people are streaming on the channel too. There's Jay, there's James, there's Jerry, and you click it, and it's just a different angle of just Jay.
Jay McIntyre.
I have to throw in a Jess. Just Jess.
And it's Matt dressed as Jeskier from The Witcher.
Well, no, Jess,
Hey, never mind.
another oddity about my name, I have 2 middle names.
Fred Bob?
Hyphenated or just actually two
No.
middle names?
Just
Just
2 middle names. Jerome Edward
I
Scott
still-
Kramer.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
still have more letters in my fucking name.
Yeah, she still has more.
You're welcome.
I only gained like 2.
True. True.
It's all college letters. The freshman 2 letters.
The freshman 2 letters. You gotta get those freshman 2 letters, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Everybody does it.
Just like
Outsized by your little brother.
the freshman 15, or maybe in my case,
You can stop after 15, Ryan.
I'm going for the record.
No, 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 no.
15.
I'm going for the record.
Freshman 15 and the retail 15.
There's also the
There's
quarantine.
the Ryan 48.
There's the quarantine 30.
Married 15.
Where did retail 15 ever come from?
Oh, buddy.
Wait in retail.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
Yeah, but
you're on your feet, you're walking around, you're doing
Yeah.
things.
Oh God, are you?
See, you
I
actually do shit for a living.
burned today.
Oh,
I was
man.
never in better shape than when I was working at Menards.
I fucking worked in a warehouse and then went to sitting on my ass.
Look at this.
Also, Chipotle started delivery. Chipotle started delivery, so that was a big deal.
Burned because we're not letting people into the stores. So I sit outside and they took our fucking tent away and I hate it.
White people problem.
Yeah, right. Hey, yeah. Hold on. Let's darken the mood here. Wait. That came out really bad. That came out really bad. Oh.
They like yelling at me because I was so sad I wasn't white anymore.
My God.
Like I just want to be like parchment white. I love my pale fucking porcelain.
She's like
alabaster
paper.
Gorgeousness.
Just like
The thing
paper.
is, the choice of lighting in the room you're in, Kassy, you look absolutely not just like a standard white person, whereas Ryan looks like he's printed on linen.
Pale as chocolate.
He looks like he's made of parchment. I feel like I need to run him through a copy machine to give him some cyan and magenta and yellow. For fuck's sake.
I look like fucking Doodlebob from SpongeBob.
Ooh.
Fucking red.
Hoi me hoi!
Hoi manoy!
Oh my God! Now that you pointed it out, ah.
That's what Matt does. He
Can we
points
just,
out our
can we just
flaws.
play a
so
movie
that
on
we
your
can observe.
forehead?
Yeah, what do you want to watch? Let me get the projector set up.
On his belly, there's more real estate.
Yeah, Matt, here comes Starship Troopers. Rico!
Blinded by the
Dan,
light.
who let you in here? I'm just collecting animals. I've had everybody in the room now.
Oh yeah, I got a nice line going up over here. We got Nora.
So I got a question. What's everybody's favorite cinematic trailer for a movie or for a game?
Ooh,
Oh,
I have my answer right away. Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Holy Christ balls! What is this? Team viewer? Get off my screen.
Oh, that's how I.
Loading into your computer.
It's not me. Which I
Just randomly popped up.
Oh my God, I forgot that I could do that because he's hooked up to the internet. I could just remote access this computer. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Revelations with the with Ezio heading to Masayev and the Woodkid music in the background was probably my all-time favorite cinematic game trailer.
Dan, I swear to God, if you pee in my room.
That's an answer.
We'll probably go. Well, legitimately, the one I have a hard time ever beating is the game. Well, it's the WoW expansion that I was the most sold on and spent most of my time in. Would be Wrath of Lich King. That cinematic trailer for the close
that's the
of
one that most
essentially.
people spend their time on.
That was
And it was the biggest peak of WoW, and then just it was also the end of Warcraft 3. It was essentially the death of Arthas. You finally get to see Arthas and what he's become as the Lich King. It was a huge storyline from a lot of games I played as a kid, and just it was the biggest expansion I ever played to in WoW. And I just have never really found a game that cinematically beats that. Otherwise, I'm going to go to D3. And if I have to be honest, D4's most recent cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yes.
I was gonna say, because
Absolutely.
anything from
Absolutely.
just fucking Malthael in all of his glory is
Yeah.
perfection,
Oh.
so.
Oh. And Lilith, so.
it was a good one.
Before.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Why
Got
are we
3 on
bringing up the dice now?
I heard D4.
Jay, quick, answer the question before she starts talking D&D again.
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite.
I got a Sailor Moon box.
Shut up.
I mean, I can name a couple. Like Horizon Zero Dawns was really good.
That one, yeah, that was a good
Last of
one.
Us had a great one too.
Last of Us is amazing.
Even part. Oh, god damn it. Now you're getting me thinking. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's there's a huge list of good ones that I tend to go towards my favorite game company and who I've spent the most time playing games with.
Right.
God damn
Like
it.
the Skyrim one, when Skyrim first came out, was good. Evolve had a really good one too.
Amazing one.
I want to play Evolve again. Oh god. I missed that game.
Gonna skip over Splatoon.
Really?
Arms. Kassy.
Not
Smash
even
Ultimate.
like Mario Galaxy or Smash or even cards
Fuck no.
better than fucking Splatoon.
Adolph, please. Adolph, please. Arms for the Nintendo Switch. Hands down.
No. Let's just go Super Knockout from like old school days. Super Nintendo.
Was that really a cinematic trailer?
No, it was a live action trailer.
Oh, let's see
It
then.
was a live action trailer.
Oh, well then the opening to Resident Evil 1.
Yeah. In truth, yeah. That's very well done.
And actually, Matt, I think I'm going to change my answer, and Jay can attest to this, when they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
Because
That trailer
of...
was
Got
really
real
good.
excited. there.
Because Jay had to tell me to shut up during E3 because I was because we both like me, you, and Nate. Well, not Nate, but me and you like stood up like screaming, and you were like, "What?" And then Cloud, and
I
then
would never tell anyone to shut up.
oh, he did. I remember that vividly. He told me to shut up,
Vocabulary.
and then Cloud.
Vocabulary.
That day was James.
Yes.
No, James would have just punched you in the dick.
But yeah, when you first saw Barrett walk out and that music hit, I lost my shit, and I don't think I mean,
Oh my god, every time he does it, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
oh, I love it. No, Barrett's the best. Fuck that. Let Barrett do it. And now we just need him and Prompto to sing it together, and then we're good.
Oh my
God.
Final Fantasy music that will drive every fan crazy.
Oh, not this new soundtrack, dude. I've been listening to it like non-stop. It's too good.
I just
don't
finished
know.
Persona 5 recently, and I love the music at the beginning of it, and by the time I get to the end of it, I don't want to be doing combat anymore. 'Cause I'm so damn fucking
Yeah, right, yeah.
combat music.
It's funny because there's so many games out there that do that with like the combat music. Kingdom Hearts was one that really killed a lot of combat music for me, and this is back in the day, but Final Fantasy VII Remake did it so differently with how dynamically it changes with every fucking encounter, area, everything. Like, if you just listen to the music itself, the different variations of just, like, the first battle music that you play in there's, like, 9 different versions that just change around and dynamically move. It's incredible to listen to without all the sound effects. I was blown away. I heard 3 different versions of Aerith's theme, and I went, what the fuck? This is crazy. And that's why that game's so fucking big. Well, not just the only reason, but that was actually something I was going to ask you guys about too. Was did you hear that even Last of Us Part 2 is going to be a 100-gigabyte game?
It's a common problem with video games, and I'm not going to say I don't know if it's video games in particular, but if you want the beauty that comes with modern gaming, you can't make it any smaller.
Right, right.
Do it. I mean, like, so I'm a big Destiny 2 player, and Destiny's running into this exact issue because consoles have limited storage space on them.
Yep.
And they're not as easy to expand and upgrade. It's nothing against them. They're amazing gaming machines. It's just one of their biggest limitations as game size starts to grow. And with online purchasing and stuff like that becoming available, it's going to be impossible to avoid 100 gig games, 120 gig games. Wait till 8K gaming's a fucking thing and you have an 8K TV. There's a 250 gig game with all the high res files it's going to need inside of there.
I'm just going to disagree on a small part. It is not difficult to increase storage size.
For you, yes, you are correct.
What are you referencing then?
Most people won't do it.
Most
people will just delete
There's
a
a
game
difference
instead.
between won't do it and it's hard to do.
Well, here's also...
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
an easy process. It's just a matter if people actually doing.
But here's also the thing, Jay, real quick, Jay. I believe there's actually, besides getting an external hard drive for like the Xbox and the PlayStation 4, I believe internally for the PlayStation, it will only handle a 1 or 2 terabyte. I don't I don't actually know the answer to that, but like I don't know if you could put a 4 terabyte hard drive in the PlayStation 4. I've never heard of people doing that. Most of the time I've heard of people just doing a 1 terabyte. Like I got a 4 terabyte external, and that's the best fucking thing ever. I love that.
I suppose I can agree. I don't know if it's a matter of if it can.
I should actually
don't do it.
That's what I mean. I should actually look that up because I don't have anything to base that off of. But I've never heard of anybody doing more. And with going into like the PS5, obviously they'll come with like a terabyte hard drive to start with. Adolph is quicker at typing than I am, but.
Sorry, I like put up cinematic game trailers, and now I'm just watching game trailers.
So the current PS4
that is a rabbit hole worth falling into when it comes to that shit.
Right.
Yeah, there are some where you're like, I don't even know what game this is. But
what do you got, Adolph?
You can go up to 8 terabytes.
Oh, really?
Internal storage on a PS4 currently.
That's good to know. It's expensive, but you can. That's good.
Yeah. Only. So
I mean, that's
the original PS4 model. So before the Slim and the new PS4 Pro, or before some of the newer versions came out, you could do up to 16 terabytes worth of storage.
Jesus Christ! I haven't even filled up my 4 terabytes, and you guys know how many games I fucking have.
I have a 2 terabyte NVMe drive in this computer right now. That's that big by that long. I mean, hard drives have come a long way.
Big time.
A long way.
I don't even have a computer.
It doesn't particularly surprise me that games are growing in size. I mean, a lot of the games on my PC, I mean, most of my NVMe and my 2 SSDs that I have in here are pure games, and my average game size is about 56 to 80 gigs. You know, WoW itself is 120, 130 on average. Destiny was at 96. Like, there's some, I mean, Witcher 3 with full HDR packs and everything like that. It's a 150, 160 gig game. Jeez. Like, it's intense. But, like, you know, that's a lot of additional mods to help it look better. It gets massive. Games are just big. That's just what they are.
Yeah, it's insane that we've gotten here.
You want seamless, like, load screens and larger areas without having to deal with that slow loading and buffering and stuff like that.
A lot of that's on your hardware.
Yes,
it's got to be fast, and it's got to be a lot of storage space.
Well, it's also
a lot of memory.
It's also
and actual physical memory.
It's also what these developers have put into like the environments. Like the big thing that they talked about Final Fantasy VII Remake is that they built individual assets for every single section of that game. So besides like little things like maybe like some cones or a few like lampposts, they didn't copy and paste things everywhere. They just fucking built everything from the ground up to make this amazing world. And like it's that reason that I want to like start like a little like show on this channel about like just like game dev appreciation, where I go through these open world or games and just like look at all the like minute details that these people have built. I can't tell you how many times I was playing Remake and I would just look up at the fucking plate and just look at like, oh my god, like Like, yes, it's probably not like it's not a fully 3D rendered thing. Like, we know that, but just look at this detail that they put in. And there's a part where that plate's no longer there. Spoilers for Final Fantasy fucking 7. But you legit get to another spot in that game where since that is not there, it's actually brighter outside in the section, and that's just it's something that like people don't think about, and I love that. I just plugged in Black Flag again the other day, and I went, this game came out in like 2013. Holy fuck, is this still like character animations? Not so much. Environments, God, like. Kill me, this is beautiful. And I love that shit.
Like Resident Evil 3. There was many times where I'm running and it's like, what does that say?
Right? Like
stop to read shit on the goddamn ground, like.
The beauty of it. It's just insane.
Cool.
I remember Last of Us was probably one of the first games that I really sat back and I went, God, like, I want to play this game, but look at this. It's insane what they can do, and I want to see more of that. And that's why, like, even like seeing like the in-game screenshots today that they showed of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Holy fuck, Ubisoft knows how to make a goddamn world. Jesus.
They've all been strong in it.
Yeah, if you can hate the gameplay about a lot of the Assassin's Creed games because they're ups and downs, but their worlds, wow.
It's not so much the gameplay that took me out; it was the story. It just sort of like died at 3.
Well, I mean, like going from 3, Unity was. Yeah, we're not gonna talk.
I might be a minority in this, but I was actually interested in what was happening in the modern day with the Desmond of that story.
That was something I was gonna bring up.
I did not care.
Yeah, they botched it.
For like the next level worth of Assassin's Creed, because if they abandoned the whole like modern day portion of the Assassin's Creed with the last one and now this one.
Yeah. It is still there. It is still there, but like the downside of what they've done with the modern day thing is, which I still personally don't care too much about because I was kind of invested in Desmond, is they built this whole thing up with Assassin's Creed 3, kind of just like went fuck you with it. Like it almost felt like Batman versus Superman, like we don't care what happened beforehand. And then they tried to bring in a new character, and it doesn't feel like anything that happened, back in Assassin's Creed 3 matters anymore. They try to make a new trilogy.
That's exactly why I don't care.
Now, it's still there, and there's some things that kind of matter, but honestly, I would say that the end of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's a few, like, things at the end of the story that, unfortunately, it's like, oh, that's cool, but if we're going to keep doing this, can we expand on it more? Because they literally just go, oh, hi, bye. Like they've done with every fucking modern day. Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can hear her echo.
Oh. But yeah, the modern day story of Assassin's Creed, it's like they had such a brilliant idea for it, and they just kind of went like, I mean, it's all about the past. It's like, well, maybe we should not have done the whole Animus thing.
Well, no, the Animus thing has always been good. It's just it doesn't necessarily. I felt like it took a little bit out, and the fact that it was such a recurring thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are well aware of the fact you're playing somebody's memories. The idea of constantly jumping back and forth.
Oh, it took you out of it.
Yeah, I was like, so this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't feel like there was any stake to.
Right.
I could just reboot and try again.
It was really bad in the first one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And then, shut your goddamn mouth!
I said sorry.
It was one of those things where, like, it just felt like I was just doing, like, sortie missions out of Armored Core or something like that, where it's like, oh, well, okay, which next portion is it? I didn't feel like I had any bearing in this character's life.
Yeah.
It was still all about a person I only ever played with when just wandering around a fucking room before laying on a magic bed.
Right.
Thing, so.
Right. Which is all you fucking did in, like, when you were playing as Desmond, which is why a lot of people didn't like it, because it's like, all right, jump back. There's this whole thing going on, and that's why we're going back in the Animus. But, all right, we'll just hop back in the Animus so we can get back to Ezio, because fuck you, dude.
Right.
Listen, we love you, Nolan North. You're a great voice actor. Shut up. Let's get back to Ezio.
Love Nolan North. Don't care about Desmond.
I just wanted to see how that story played out. The whole.
He died.
That was it.
Yes. And they killed it, and then they did nothing, and it just.
And they did, and that was the worst part.
And Jay, that's why I'm with you. Is I do want a game that outlines what is going on in like the modern world based around this universe.
Just
Like,
do a
is it-
flat modern world,
it-
no animus.
Well,
Show
yeah,
me
it's
what
kind of one of those
Abstergo's
things.
doing, and like
Yes.
put me through them taking down Abstergo, not
Yeah,
Right,
The world
right.
turned into like V for Vendetta worth of like, okay, this like corporation-based, Templar-based religion mass economy kind of thing has taken over, and some level of resistance dealing with that. Like modern day versions of assassins. I'm not saying like bullshit gun kata crap like that or anything, but
However,
it doesn't have to be like a mainstream version of these games. I kind of want to know.
I agree with you. Like there's a
Even make an animated movie. There's so many fucking like games. Like
Well-
there's some there. Okay, so there's some good ones and there's some bad ones. But the Resident Evil like digital animation movies, I mean, there's a couple of them that are fucking phenomenal. I mean, and they do help with little bits and pieces in between storylines.
Vendetta was good.
Yeah, Vendetta was good.
Yeah.
Damnation was okay. But having something like that, especially if it's official and it's canon and it's, you know, actually part of the main storyline, can help with that situation.
Are those
Like,
considered
even
canon?
that tiny little tidbit at the end of that shitty live-action Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh.
I mean, hey, that still allowed you to have some kind of idea of what was happening. Don't get me wrong, it was garbage.
God, me and Kassy actually wanted to turn it off. It was that bad. I don't turn movies off when I watch them. I want to turn that shit off. Fuck. I'm sorry. You were talking. That movie really upset me.
I will sit through any movie.
Oh.
Rude about my.
It might be one of the only films that, like, in my life that I've literally been like, I sat through Legion, for Christ's sake, and that movie sucks.
Legion?
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, with Paul Oh, okay, no, now that you brought it up, we did turn off Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
We did.
I don't know if this just ended at rumors, but I think they're talking about remaking those games.
The Prince of Persia games?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been
Yeah,
talking.
I remember
It's
hearing
been
about
it's
that.
been rumored forever, dude. Like every time Ubisoft comes out with a new like announcement, they're like, "Give it to me, new Prince of Persia, always." And it's like, I mean, I play.
There's a demand for it.
Well, there's a slight demand for it. The first game, not the first game, but Sands of Time was incredible. And then they came out with The Warrior Within, and unfortunately, like even sales-wise, it didn't do so hot, and it was critically like. It went so dark so fast that a lot of people didn't enjoy it. And then if you play The Two Thrones, The Two Thrones is essentially The Rise of Skywalker compared to The Last Jedi, and I'll explain. It basically takes everything that it takes everything The Warrior Within did and undoes it. Like,
I suppose I don't remember well enough to.
it basically just like it's like here's all the stuff we tried to do. And then they're like, nah, it happened, but it didn't happen. They just kind of were like, we weren't happy with the previous version. And then they came out with, I think there was one or two more. There was
a
that
reboot after that. but
was
they
that
also had
there was that cell shaded one that had the cell shaded S graphics. I can't. It was just called Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I think that was a reboot. That had nothing to do with the original.
Yeah, but even so, like I guess like the Prince of Persia basically is turned into Assassin's Creed because gameplay styles were similar. And people just kind of forgot about it. Like you could say the mass group. I would love to see her bring it back. It'd be great.
Yeah, I suppose I don't remember too well the like finer details of the plot. I think I was young enough to the point where I just saw them all as the individual stories that they were.
I mean, the plot was basically Jake Gyllenhaal's hot and let's go.
Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Tomb Raider. Yeah. Yeah.
Nathan Drake.
Oh, God. You gotta love our in-30s male white guy with dark hair. Our protagonist in video games.
Make sure you give him a tragic backstory.
Oh, yeah.
Too original.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
What are you playing right now, Adolph?
Alignment charts.
What?
What are you playing right now? Anything? Anything new?
Not particularly. Play a lot of Destiny 2 currently.
Yeah.
From playing any games. I just got through Divinity Original Sin Definitive Edition again.
Oh, yeah?
Recently. I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3 coming out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At least early access this summer. I want to try it out. Otherwise, I'm really kind of biding my time until Cyberpunk.
I was just gonna ask if you were getting ready for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest reasons because my trip to Japan got canceled on me. I rebuilt the computer, so it's like I'm ready for it. I can play it and do everything, whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, I've been back into WoW recently, but you know, this whole quarantine situation, I've got all my old WoW guildies from
New WoW or WoW Classic?
both.
Nice.
Classic,
Yeah.
But I mean, like, to be fair, I've already got characters in both of them. It's not like my first rodeo with them. I always dip in and out of that game. But,
Sure.
Ironically, working from home takes up a lot more of my time than working in the office does. So it's I don't get as much time to game as I normally would like to. So
yeah, I just played Final Fantasy on my time off.
Haven't even picked it up for my PS4 yet.
It's literally all. Well, I mean, I'm back in Black Flag now, and unfortunately, that trailer today really got me stoked. I might go pick them up on my Switch tomorrow just so I can walk around the house and play.
I just finished a Persona 5 run recently because a friend let me borrow the game, and it was about 115 hours for my first play. I loved the game, and I'm actually looking forward to playing Persona 5 Royale. So, like, that is a game I'll probably pick up or go play with a friend.
Now,
so.
answer me this, because I hear a lot about Persona 5, and I have it. Like, I bought it, I think it was on sale a while back. Is like that amount of time like straight through, or are there like a shit ton of because it's a JRPG?
No, there's a shit ton of extra things you can go do, and it's always my thing in games like that is I end up getting distracted from the main story. If you want to beeline it through the game, you can do it, but you're still probably putting in close to 80 hours.
Good God!
Because they're just playing. I mean, it's a JRPG. There's going to be points where you're going to have to go grind.
Well, no, I get that. I get that. It's just wow, 80 fucking hours. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, it's. When I got the game, I was warned by my buddy who gave it to me. You know, you're probably going to put close to 100 some odd hours into this game.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't do a Let's Play on Persona 5?
No, you definitely could.
20.
I mean, people do
20-minute episodes.
People do that kind of stuff all the time. I mean, Divinity Original Sin. If you're going to play that game,
you cut out the grind.
Yeah, you just cut out the grind. You don't show people the constant and ending grind, right?
No.
Like,
I would love the commentary during the grind.
No, you wouldn't.
You couldn't note it. You can record it. It's just you gotta.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Man, those tend to be the games I really get into. I love big grindy games. In particular, I've always been big into MMOs. It's either that or I'm playing first-person shooters.
Yeah.
So.
I fell back so hard into story-based games, and I still and I think Matt can attest to this. After, I mean, I don't think you've beaten it yet, but playing for so much, playing Death Stranding, and for how many hours I put into it, I still don't understand how my attention span held for that whole game, because I put like 90 fucking hours into that game, and I don't fucking do that for video games. Like I don't. Like I burn through a fucking video game as fast as I can. Dude, I loved it. I enjoyed every goddamn second of that video game.
We're just completely different people.
Oh, we are, Adolph. We've had this conversation many times. It's 100% we are. But I loved it. You know, there was something about the monotony of what I was doing. I just go, I can't fucking stop. I skipped out on how many weeks of D&D to fucking play Death Stranding.
You know, you get your monies out of a game. If you can put that many hours into it, there's no question that you got your money out of it.
I would play it again. I would start over from scratch again. I enjoyed it so much.
That's actually a big selling point when it comes to me in game, is if I don't see a level of either resale value or just an overall appeal to the game itself, most of the times I don't, depending on the price point.
Yeah.
Even if it's a game I'm really excited about.
I feel you on that. It's a big thing for me. Is there replay value, or am I going to get a long enough playthrough out of it that I'm going to feel I justified the cost I paid for the game?
Yeah.
You know, or a lot of it. Do I have friends I'm going to be playing the game with? You know, is a group of my friends buying it so we can all play through it? We can either discuss it or we can all play together or something of that nature. That's a lot of what drives my buying.
The only thing that made buying the remake of Resident Evil 3 worth it is because of the nostalgia and because of Resident Evil. Otherwise. It was very short.
Too short. I still stand by. You paid $40 for Resident Evil 3, and you paid $20 for Resident Evil Resistance, which I'm not probably gonna play. But They shoehorned that shit in, man. It felt like PlayStation 3, like every game's got to have a goddamn multiplayer. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I haven't played it. I can't say that.
If
but
it had been just Outbreak, just like
Oh!
kind of games where you just last as long as you can,
that would have been different.
like
but
Left 4 Dead or
Dead Island.
we're gonna get back to that one.
Those trailers popped up. It was really good.
Wow.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, the original one for that is
Oh,
fantastic. The one that plays in forward and
In
reverse.
Oh my god, it was cool.
I love that Cassie's been sitting here this whole time just watching trailers. That makes me so happy. But yeah,
So it
man.
was Dead Island, Wild Hunt.
Ooh.
Then it was.
Oh yeah.
Wish I could
Yeah,
fucking.
the Wild Hunt trailer was really good.
God damn Witcher.
I gotta have somebody play Witcher in front of me because I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Really? I just
Dude.
did it for like the 5th time again.
Dude, Matt, I've talked to you about this. I've gotten so far. I've gotten far in it, and I've tried, and I enjoy every moment that I'm playing it. But I get to a point where I'm just like, I'm not into it. And maybe it's my ADD that keeps doing it with the games. I just plug it in at the wrong time. But I plugged it in after we watched the Witcher series twice, and I was like, "Fuck it, this game's great." But I get to a spot, I was like, "I don't want to play anymore. I don't know what it is. It's my game.
I
Same thing.
love
Yeah.
the show.
It's so up my alley."
Are so fucking boring. So boring.
I had that same problem with the Prototype. It's
Oh,
basically the exact same
Yeah.
thing as Infamous, and I fucking loved Infamous. I just
Infamous is good.
It's weird how that works with.
I played them
Star
both
Wars.
at
There
the
was a
same
Star
time.
Wars trailer I watched too.
So I actually preferred back in the day. I actually preferred Prototype
Yeah,
over Infamous.
it's just weird.
There's something more satisfying about running so fast that you're just turning people into red mist as you're just barreling down the street.
that was
knocking
pretty fun.
A-Train!
cars over.
Oh, I caught that boys reference. The moment in the fucking show where I went, "That's too much."
I
That
saw.
was like the first thing that happened in the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a remake or if a continuation, but they're making a Destroy All Humans for PS4.
Fuck.
Those.
Yes.
Technically something new, but I think it's kind of a remake and like they're
Remake, remaster-esque, a reimagining, so to speak.
I never owned the game, but I played the shit out of the Target demos.
they were fun. They were mindless, stupid fun.
Hell yeah.
That's all I
The joy
wanted.
of picking up a cow and then just trying to drop it on cars over a freeway. There's a sick joy. There's a sick.
I mean, that's original gaming, man. That's just a video game. That's all that is. It doesn't make a difference what's going on. You don't need no story. You don't need nothing. Who gives a shit?
I gotta jump in the Animus to take over this alien so I can see how the aliens attacked Earth.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Just
It's like,
go turn people into chickens. It'd be okay.
yes. Yes.
It's fine. Enjoy it.
Oh, man.
So many games. I miss games like that so damn much. It's like,
Simple
alright, you know,
games. Just-
yeah, this is all it is.
Flower.
Doesn't take you an hour to get into. Doesn't take
Yeah.
you months to learn the control scheme.
Just jump right the fuck
You
in,
just
man.
pick right up and go.
Yeah. 'cause
It's,
I
Old game Cuphead, but I mean, like, there's one of the things I
Oh,
liked
yes.
about Cuphead so much is Cuphead had a very low skill floor, but an incredibly high skill ceiling. Anybody could pick up the game and you could get through it. But
Oh. Two of my favorite Let's Plays. Adolph, go back and watch Matt and Nate play Cuphead. And, the rage. The rage. Oh, like, it's legitimate, too.
I believe it.
Fuck. Oh. I've been rewatching.
enjoy the game.
But
Yeah.
old school games.
It is. Oh.
Were hard because they were unrelentless and unforgiving, and you had
100%.
perfect muscle memory.
Yes.
You did not have perfect muscle memory. It didn't matter what guide you looked up. It didn't matter if you figured out where the secret door was. You either had the skill and the learning curve to get past that game by beating your head into a ground,
Yep.
or you just didn't do it. It's not that the controller scheme was hard. It's the same controls you were using back at level 1. Just the fact that the boss is moving faster. That's it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's...
Like, and so it's. I look at old Marios, right? Like, some of my favorite gaming memories as a kid is old school Marios. Mario is fucking unforgiving as a game. Like, just in general, yeah, you can die and repeat over and over and over and over, but it's a muscle memory game. That's 100% what it is. There's no other tips and tricks outside of muscle memory. And that to me is
recog.
yeah, and that to me is old gaming. That is video games, right? Like, and that's what that was. You just don't get that anymore.
No.
And a lot of that's because you have all this cinematic beauty that's available, and so it's a weird trade-off.
Well,
My Steam library is a
and
weird mix of
games
games.
Yeah, and now games are very forgiving. Like,
Yes,
it's hard to
extremely.
find a game where it's like, oh shit, I have to go back to the last time I saved, and I haven't saved in 4 hours. That does not come up very often
Or
anymore.
you quit the game because you, like, I've done this a couple times. I've been drinking too much that night, and I just didn't realize I didn't save for the last 6 hours I've been playing to log on. The next time I log on and go, what? Shit.
It's
I just turn the game off for 6 months and won't pick it back up because I'm so.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
accurate. Yeah.
Matt, it's funny you bring that up because literally as like last week when me and Kassy were off, I was playing the original Final Fantasy VII on my Switch, and that fucking happened. My game froze on the Switch. It froze, and I went, "When was the last time I saved?" 2.5 hours ago. Because I'm just going through it on the ×3 speed just to fuck with it again. I went, no! And that's...
Had that happen in Subnautica.
Oh.
But I had to cheat it a little bit because one of my prawn suit got stuck. So there was literally no way for me to dig up resources.
Then get a new one.
It was way down deep. I would have to build a new
What?
Cyclops as well. It's just...
What did you do to your Cyclops?
I brought my Cyclops all the way down there.
This sounds like a series that I need.
Either way.
Wait, so okay,
I need this.
Where was your moon pool? Back at base on the surface?
There was a moon pool there.
So where did you spawn after you got your prawn suit stick?
It got stuck in the the gun. The big gun.
What?
The one that shoots the sunbeam out of the sky. It got stuck in
On
that.
land.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that gun.
that one, right?
Yep.
It got stuck in the moon pool of there.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
I love Kassy right now, just like, yeah,
Go back.
yeah.
Start from my whatever 2-3 hours past than it was to like try and redo or then rebuild a prawn suit and go back down to the resources down there.
All right, Jay, we need to make a series of you playing Subnautica now.
I abandoned and rebuilt prawn suits like 3 times. I literally had to. I walked halfway across the map.
Things.
Most of them are, yes, yeah.
I mean, yes.
Moon pool's a real thing. That is a real term that carries over, and a lot of those other words would carry over. They don't mean the exact same thing in that game.
They are,
Yeah. And there is a sun laser that shoots spaceships out of the sky. So.
There, you know.
That's the thing. The aliens are dicks, and they basically released ocean AIDS on the planet and pissed everything off except for Mama Kraken. And then all Mama Kraken has to do is poke her babies in the butthole, and it cures like ocean AIDS. So that's Subnautica.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to call this for the Rhinovision podcast this week.
I now know what it's like to listen to me talk about D&D.
Finally.
No, but y'all understand what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. And I'm in your sessions.
Which
Hey, you're the one who gave us access to Discord, Dan.
So speaking of,
It was either that or not play.
that snippet because I rewrote some of it.
Oh, boy.
Wait, which snippet?
The one the
Okay.
Well, right before you guys go on a tangent here, I'm going to...
Let's do that, because
We're talking
your
Yeah.
iteration of that situation is
we can still chat after this. I have no problem with chatting after this. But...
added a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'm like, and I did. I'm not usually that bad of a speller. I mean, I went through and read like...
No, it wasn't spelling.
Thank you all!
Sign off here.
Thank you all for joining us for this week's episode of the Rhinovision podcast. I want to thank my guests who showed up this week. If you guys could say your own names and last names on your own, and I'll just fucking sit over here. I've been Ryan.
Breaks.
Thank you for letting me join. This is Adolph Hernick.
I'm Meditate your ass, bitch. That's my whole name. That's my whole name.
Oh.
Oh God.
And that's God. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night, everybody. I'll just stop that recording.
Oh, Jesus fucking what the hell?
Oh, I love it.